Are you looking for the best circular saws in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best circular saws that are available on the market. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability, and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below, and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. At the first position of our list we have the Makita XSS02Z circular saw. The Makita XSS02Z is the great cordless circular saw we reviewed. After using this, you will forget to use your corded model. It is small enough to handle the saw with one hand if needed. We loved how quickly it cut through a large variety of different woods. The motor is plenty powerful for most users. It delivers a solid 700 RPM. With that said, because this model is battery powered, this saw is not as powerful as some corded models. Still, we found that it is plenty powerful for our needs. The lack of torque is more than made up for by the sheer portability and convenience of this saw. We loved that we didn't have to mess with a cord or stress over working near an outlet. If you're on the go a lot, this circular saw is a great option. Along with the high power, this circular saw was also quite accurate. It cut straight and didn't have a tendency to shift as we were cutting. The base was very smooth and seemed quite durable. We had no problem with any parts of the saw breaking or wearing down during our tests. The whole saw is very well made with high quality materials and craftsmanship. We have no doubt it'll last through many hours of use. The 18 volts battery also didn't last as long as we would have liked. We definitely recommend getting another battery or two if you plan on using this saw for more than just a few cuts. The battery also doesn't charge very quickly with the company's charger, so you have to wait quite a while in between cuts. Plus, this saw also doesn't come with the battery, so you have to purchase that on top of the saw itself. You'll also have to purchase a charger. Since batteries are expensive and this saw isn't exactly cheap, this can lead to more money out of your pocket than you were expecting. Moving on to the next at number 2 with the DEWALT DWE575SB SKIL saw. One of the best things about DEWALT DWE575SB is that it is the lightest circular saw available. Despite its small size though, it has no problem delivering raw power when it needs to. It produces over 5.100 revolutions per minute, which is far more than you could ever need. It also has an electric brake that helps stop the saw as soon as the trigger is released. We really liked this safety feature and found that it helped us make more accurate cuts as well. This is a powerful little saw that is a great option for any DIYer or professional. There is a dust blower on the front of this saw that we particularly liked. It worked better than we expected and really helped improve the visibility of our cutting lines. While most circular saws do have a dust blower, this one worked better than nearly any other one we reviewed. We also liked the tough cord this saw features. We have no doubt that this cord will stand up to most wear and tear. It is very durable and well made. The saw itself also seems quite durable despite its small size. We don't have any doubt that this saw will last for years to come. Plus, this saw is also incredibly comfortable to use. It is made with the user in mind. The handle is comfortable and ergonomically designed. The only real problem we had with this saw was the wobbly blade. It isn't as accurate as our top pick, which is the main reason we had to kick it down into the number 2 spot. The blade just doesn't stay put and tends to move while we're cutting. While this is fine for some projects, it can make this circular saw impossible to use when you need those small, accurate cuts. The number 3rd position we have the SKIL 5280-01. SKIL is known for making inexpensive yet high-quality products, so we were excited to open this saw up and give it a go. It performed quite well for most of our tests, especially considering the low price tag. This saw comes with a laser guide that was surprisingly very accurate and visible. It also has a dust blower that kept the cutting line clear of debris. The laser combined with the dust blower allowed us to easily see where we were cutting. The saw also cut straight and had plenty of power behind it. With a 14-amp motor, this saw is quite powerful. It cuts fast at just over 5,000 RPMs, which was a feature we really appreciated. Of course, because this circular saw is cheaper, it underperforms in some areas. Firstly, it isn't as durable as we would like. It is made of lower quality materials than many of the other saws and some pieces are prone to breaking. This saw is not going to last as long as our top 2 choices, but it is still a good option if you just need it for occasional use. The blade that comes with this saw is not very high quality. You're better off buying a blade from a different brand. Even though this will cost you a little bit more money out of pocket, even when you do use a new blade, it tends to jam quite a bit. It cannot make it through very thick materials, and we had significant difficulties when we tried to cut anything thicker than a couple of inches. It would seize up and refuse to cut through anymore. While this saw might be a good choice for those who need to occasionally do a repair project or two, but it is not made for heavy-duty work or professionals. Next at number 4 we have the Rockwell RK3441K circular saw. The Rockwell RK3441 kelvins is our top choice for a compact model. It is extremely small and designed to be held by only one hand. It weighs half as much as most conventional compact circular saws. Its unique design was one of the main reasons we decided to review it. It does a good job at cutting through most materials, and the one-handed design can be very useful in some situations. The compact design makes it easy to maneuver and transport. It weighs only about 5 pounds, so you really should have no difficulties taking it wherever you want to go. The grip on the handle is quite comfortable and sturdy. It made it comfortable for us to use it for an extended time. We liked its left side blade design, which increased the visibility and makes it easier for us to cut, so it's safer, more accurate, user-friendly. It is not made out of the best materials. While being lightweight does make it easy to use the saw with one hand, it also means that pieces are more likely to break off. In particular, the bolt that holds the blade in place seems particularly flimsy and prone to breaking. This is a safety hazard and can lead to injury if the bolt breaks while you're using the saw. The saw is also designed to be handled in a strange way. Most circular saws have handles that are closer to the blade itself, which allows you better control. That is not the case with this saw, however, so we did have some control issues while we were using it. This is a unique compact circular saw and feels a very specific niche. It isn't for everyone, but it can be a great option if you just want a small, compact cutting machine. And finally at number 5th position we have the WEN 36055 circular saw. While this saw is one of the more expensive ones on the list, it is also one of the lowest performing. It is made to be an alternative to bulkier table saws and produce clean cuts through the use of a track. However, we found setting up this track saw and using it each time very time-consuming. Plus, we didn't find that the saw produced more accurate cuts than saws without the track. The guide railing alignment wasn't even correct and required some adjusting on our part. It is difficult to get the tracks to line up evenly, and the saw only comes with one rail connector, which makes the whole system unstable. In other words, the track basically just adds another step to the setup process with only minimal gains at best. While we really don't think the track on this saw is necessary for the least, it did provide some nice, clean cuts. It is very accurate when you can get the tracks aligned properly. But, as we said, many of the other circular saws we reviewed were accurate as well, so the track system seems quite unnecessary. The stabilizer on this saw did work quite well in our opinion. We aren't huge fans of track circular saws anyway, but were quite surprised by the way this saw hugged the track. We didn't have any trouble with it bumping off or wiggling while we were cutting. This feature is probably one of the few saving graces of this saw. Overall, this saw landed itself at the bottom of our list for good reason. If you want a circular saw, get one without the added track attached to it. If you want to replace a table saw, this one might be a good choice. Still, most circular saws can do everything this one can without the added bulkiness and setup of the track. Thanks for watching, and that's all for now. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Till next time.